Wednesday, January 22nd, 2025. Welcome to the zoning hearing this morning, Lee County. Cecil Pendergrass will be chairing the meeting this morning. Unfortunately, Commissioner Wayne could not make it this morning. If we please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance. Pledge allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. Staff, would you present the first case, please?
Good morning, Mr. Chairman. For the record, Joe Saraceno from the Planning Section, introducing the first item. This is CPA, CPA 2024-00005, privately initiated text amendment to the Comprehensive Plan, Florida Gulf Coast Business Center. This is an amendment to Lead Plan Policy 1.3.4 to remove the requirement that a minimum of 50% of the total floor area consist of light industrial uses to allow for additional office uses on the site. The policy's requirement for industrial use only applies to approximately 74.32 acres. This is a parcel between Three Oaks and I-75, or several parcels rather, between Three Oaks and I-75. This applicant intends to add non-retail commercial uses to the property. On your screen, you can see a highlight of the changes. These are also available in Attachment 1 for further review. This amendment supports policies that attract competitive businesses consistent with Policy 159.1.2. It does not allow for residential or other prohibited uses and does not encourage those uses within an airport noise zone consistent with Policy 1.6.1. This ensures maximum employment opportunities consistent with Policy 158.2. Encourages employment centers near FGCU consistent with Policy 160.3.1, and there are public services available to serve the subject property or the subject area. This item is consistent with the original Lead Plan policy language. It is compatible with the surrounding area. It has very limited applicability to one existing planned development. It's consistent with the economic element of the Lead Plan, and staff and the LPA both recommend transmittal of the amendment as shown in Attachment 1.
Chairman, I'll move approval of the staff and LPA recommendation to transmit.
I'll second.
We have a motion. We have a second. Any public comment on this? Come back forward. Any objection? No objection. Motion carried. Thank you. Next case.
This second item is CPA 2024-00008. This is a county-initiated text amendment to adopt reference to the updated Southwest Florida International Airport Master Plan update. The amendment is to Policy 1.1.12 to update references to the Airport Master Plan as required by Florida statutes, and amendment to Policy 47.3.3 to update references to the Board of Port Commissioners. The Board provided direction for this on May 7, 2024. These proposed amendments ensure consistency between the Lead Plan and the Southwest Florida International Airport and with the state statutes. On your screen, you can see more detailed highlighting. There's the reference to the updated Southwest Florida International Airport Master Plan update, some clarification of acronyms to provide more clarity in the policy, and then an update to Policy 47.3.3 to again clarify some acronyms and show that the Port Commissioners have jurisdiction over the Port Authority's actions. These amendments continue cooperation with the Port Authority consistent with Objective 42.1 and Goal 42, supports the role of the Port Authority as economic engine consistent with 158.3.2. These proposed amendments are necessary for airports that are not developments of regional impact consistent with Section 163, 3177, 6B4 of the Florida statutes. And these proposed amendments are adopted in accordance with the requirements of Section 163, 3177, 1B of the state statutes. These amendments update the reference to the most recent Southwest Florida International Airport Master Plan update as required by state statutes. They do not change the boundary or the allowable uses of the existing Airport Operations Plan Development zoning approval. These amendments are consistent with the Lead Plan as discussed in this presentation. Staff and the LPA both recommend transmittal of the proposed amendment as shown in Attachment 1.
Great.
Chairman, I'll move approval of the staff and LPA recommendation to transmit.
We have a motion with Commissioner Hammond.
Second.
Second. Any public comment on this item? Come back to the board. Any objection? Motion carries. Thank you.
morning, Commissioners. Brandon Dunn here with the Lee County DCD and Planning Section. I'm here this morning to discuss CPA 2023-00012. This is a privately initiated text amendment to the Lee Plan. The proposed amendments are to Policy 115, which updates the density to 1.9 units per acre allowable within the Babcock community, the new community, Babcock portion of the new community. It amends Policy 29.9.1 to reflect those additional units within the North Olga Community Plan goal. It amends Policy 29.9.2 to reduce the number of hotel rooms within the allowable within the North Olga Community Plan goal. And it amends Note 19 of Table 1A to maintain that internal consistency with Policy 1.1.15. Also not noted on here, in addition to the increased units and the reduced hotel units, they are increasing their preserve area by 534 acres as part of the zoning that goes along with this. These amendments will allow for additional residential units within the Babcock community, allowing for different types of housing options. Here on the map, it shows the area of Babcock, the new community portion that Babcock is in. We had previously reviewed this for Lee Plan consistency. The board had found that it was consistent with the Lee Plan, and it was transmitted to state reviewing agencies. Based on the board direction, we received no objections or comments. That was done on November 6th of last year. The state reviewing agency, we did receive letters from Department of Commerce, Florida Department of Environmental Protection, Fish and Wildlife Commission, all of who had no concerns with the proposed amendments. Staff continues to recommend the BOCC adopt the proposed amendments. The applicant is here if you have any questions for me.
Any questions for staff?
Chairman, I'll move approval of the staff recommendation to adopt.
A second.
We have a second, and I just want to say personally, I went up there this weekend to see this property, and I see the Lee County side being built. It says there's already homes there and people living there, so it's beautiful what they've done on the Lee County side. I hadn't seen that Lee County side, I've only seen the Charlotte County, so it's just, it's a growing new city out there, so it's beautiful. Yep. Any public comment on this item? Come back to the board. Any objections? No objection, motion carries. Thank you. We are adjourned.